Unfortunate news out of the WNBA.
Caitlin Clark
has officially
out for the All-Star game.
She will miss the WNBA All-Star game after re-aggravating a groin injury.
She was supposed to be in the three-point contest. She will not be participating.
It sucks, right? It sucks. It's in Indiana. She's been waiting on this moment.
Which really stinks for fans.
People are scrambling to get off their tickets now.
Nobody else in this WNBA, now or in the past, has ever carried a league as she does.
Breaking news, Caitlin Clark is out of the WNBA All-Star Game.
We have a sad message from Caitlin Clark, heart-filling message that she will be out of the All-Star Game.
And ticket prices are crashing fast. The face of the league, sidelined by a painful groin injury, and fans are devastated.
Not only to the fans, not only to the people, not only to the league, but to Caitlin Clark. This was a big deal. In front of her home fans, this is the first All-Star game in Indianapolis in league history.
If you support Caitlin 100%, drop a 100% in the comments right now.
We're with you 100%, CC.
Caitlin Clark actually worrying about herself this time. You know, putting herself first because she put the league, she put everybody before her every time.
Let's show her the love she deserves.
She brings eyes to the game so that the next generation can come out and thrive. Just a dynamic player, just exciting to watch. The fans eat it right up.
Caitlin Clark's withdrawal from the WNBA All-Star Game didn't just shake her fans. It sent a shockwave across the entire league.
Certainly a bummer, I think, across all of Indianapolis, all of the WNBA world to hear this news. And
Caitlin Clark will not be participating in this year's WNBA All-Star Game. And it's truly just an unfortunate situation.
Just days before the All-Star weekend, during the final minutes of a hard-fought win over the Connecticut Sun, Caitlin grimaced and grabbed at her groin.
Caitlin Clark announced she will miss the WNBA All-Star game after re-aggravating a groin injury.
We saw Caitlin Clark hold her groin.
It was the same injury that had already forced her to miss 4 games in the Commissioner's Cup final earlier this season.
Clark had missed 4 games and the Commissioner's Cup final with that groin injury.
And now it came back at the worst possible time. Despite being the top vote getter and All-Star captain, Clark made the difficult decision to...
Caitlin Clark, who received more votes for the All-Star game than anyone else by far, and is also a captain, has released a statement. Now, it's something that people kind of figured.
Pull out of both the All-Star game and the three-point contest.
Caitlin Clark, unfortunately, is going to miss WNBA All-Star game and the three-point contest because of the groin injury.
This was her statement.
Caitlin Clark has officially been replaced for this year's All-Star game.
No All-Star game and no three-point contest.
Her statement said it all. I'm incredibly sad and disappointed. I have to rest my body.
She does go on to say how incredibly sad and, quote, disappointed she will be to not be able to participate, adding, quote, I have to rest my body. I'll still be at Gainbridge Fieldhouse for all of the action. I'm looking forward to helping Sandy coach our team to a win.
She'll still be courtside in Indiana, supporting her team, but not where the fans wanted her, on the hardwood, lighting it up.
I don't know if Caitlin Clark coaching masterclass is going to be enough to win an All-Star game.
And let's be honest, this wasn't just any All-Star game. This was in Indianapolis, her WNBA home.
Not only to the fans, not only to the people, not only to the league, but to Caitlin Clark. This was a big deal. In front of her home fans, this is the first All-Star game in Indianapolis in league history.
Fans from all over had planned trips, bought tickets, and booked hotels just to see her play. She was the headline, the magnet, the reason most people were coming.
Clark was set to be the centerpiece of the All-Star weekend in Indianapolis. She was named a captain after receiving the most fan votes.
But the second the news dropped, resale platforms started flooding with listings. Ticket prices nosedived. Fans were heartbroken, especially those who had given All-Star passes as birthday gifts.
I feel bad for some of the fans that are like, damn, I get to see Caitlin Clark. I'm so excited. This was a Christmas present. This was a birthday present.
Or had waited months to see her in person.
We just got dealt a bad hand, man. It's fan base.
Even other players and commentators admitted it. The belle of the ball can't get out on the dance floor. It puts a big-time damp on the whole party.
The belle of the ball can't get out on the dance floor, and that, let's be honest, that puts a big-time damp on the whole party.
Caitlin's absence isn't just disappointing, it's historic. She's not just a rookie or a rising star. She's the reason the WNBA is seeing record-breaking crowds and ratings.
Somebody said she mostly injured Face of the league. Caitlin been the face of the league, man.
I dare say that Caitlin is not just sad, and she recognizes how important she is.
Her injury didn't just affect the game. It changed the entire vibe of All-Star Weekend.
She brings eyes to the game so that the next generation can come out and thrive. Just a dynamic player, just exciting to watch. The fans eat it right up.
This is more than sports. It's about the connection between a superstar and the fans who believe in her. And right now, those fans are feeling that void.
That they needed to take into consideration her long-term health, especially because now this is the 4th separate injury that she's had since the preseason.
The moment Caitlin Clark announced she was out of the All-Star game, everything changed.
The All-Star weekend is 100% going to not be as big as it was last year.
Not just for the fans, but for the WNBA itself. The energy, the hype, the national spotlight, gone in an instant.
That wasn't us. That's not how we play, and that's not our identity.
Let's talk facts. Caitlin Clark is ratings gold.
She's putting up final numbers, right? Final numbers. There's no other team really doing that in viewership.
She isn't just the most talked about player. She's the reason millions are even tuning in. One of her recent games against the Atlanta Dream, 1.5 million viewers, peaking at 1.8 million. Another game against the Dallas Wings, 2.1 million average, with a staggering 2.5 million peak viewers. And the game she was injured in, 1.7 million average viewers.
She did 2.1 million viewers in the game after that against the Dallas Wings. 2.5 million peak. The game she unfortunately got injured in did 1.7 million average viewers.
Ranking as ESPN's 5th most watched WNBA regular season game of all time. Let that sink in, of all time. Now compare that to what happens without her. The game immediately following her injury, featuring the Sun versus Storm, dropped to just 470,000 viewers.
1.5 million viewers against the Atlanta Dream. That game peaked with 1.8 million. Sun, Storm, immediately following after, 470,000 viewers.
That's over 1 million fans gone the second she left the spotlight.
The people that enjoy the WNBA and find talent in these other players, they will enjoy it. At the end of the day, that's all that matters.
This isn't coincidence. It's Caitlin Clark's power. Her presence isn't just entertainment. It's business. It's money.
Caitlin Clark, WNBA Player of the Year, 700 comments, 35,000 likes, 600,000 views. The engagement is crazy.
It's relevance, and the league knows it. Last year's WNBA All-Star Game pulled in over 3.4 million viewers. Why? Because of the buzz, the matchups, and yes, the potential of Clark's arrival. This year had all the ingredients to go even higher. Caitlin Clark voted in as captain. The game hosted in her home market, a dream team lineup including A'ja Wilson, Kelsey Mitchell, and Aaliyah Boston, and Clark at the center of it all until the injury pulled the plug.
It would have been great having all these votes, being the captain.
What followed was immediate backlash from disappointed fans. Ticket prices, once sky high, started tanking on resale sites. Last-minute buyers backed out. Entire family trips planned around seeing Caitlin live were suddenly in limbo. People were saying, "We flew in for this." My daughter was crying when she heard Caitlin wasn't playing. This was her birthday present. Even seasoned sports hosts admitted, "My interest in this game just dropped from a 10 to a 2. This isn't about being dramatic. It's about acknowledging what Caitlin Clark means to the league. She's not just a player on a roster. She's the heartbeat of the WNBA's current success. And without that heartbeat, the All-Star Weekend flatline.
Just how difficult is it getting into a game with 24 hours since your last game, going back to rotations from 4 or 5 games ago?
Yeah, we'd love to have her. I think we all know that when she's playing, it's a whole different team. And then when she's not playing, we're a whole nother squad.
What's worse, this couldn't have come at a worse time. The WNBA is in the middle of critical CBA negotiations.
This couldn't have happened at a worse point for the WNBA, especially with CBA negotiations unfolding.
She did state she was going to be in the building for the CBA discussion.
Discussing revenue sharing, travel conditions, salary increases, all areas that rely on growth.
She's going to be at this very important set of negotiations for the new collective bargaining agreement.
And growth, that's been Caitlin's gift to the league. But when the very player responsible for exploding interest can't play because her body has been battered, bruised, and ignored by refs all season, it's not just a missed game, it's a missed opportunity.
Look at how she's injured. You know what I'm saying? They're going to use all this against them, man. And the fact that she's injured, people aren't really tuning in as much. People starting to lose hope.
A reminder that this league is still learning how to protect its biggest star. Add to that the controversial officiating all season. Clark repeatedly fouled, shoved, even bloodied, and still not getting the calls she deserves. And it paints a troubling picture. One creator even described it as a league failing to protect its future. The damage isn't just physical, it's emotional, it's cultural. Fans are asking, if the league can't take care of the player who's saving it, what message does that send? So yes, ticket prices crashed, viewership dipped, excitement fizzled.
This will have a negative impact on ratings, make no mistake about it.
But what really broke was trust between the fans and a league that let its brightest star get hurt under its watch.
Fortunately, my body still needs more time to recover, and I am unable to suit up and play this weekend.
Caitlin Clark didn't just skip the All-Star game. She made the toughest decision of her young career.
I got to do what's best for me. Me and my team are going to consult, we're going to talk, and we're going to see what's best moving forward.
To prioritize her health over the hype.
Hopefully, Caitlin Clark will get the rest that she needs.
That they're really trying to focus on her long-term health. Then we'll have to see if she'll even be able to be available for that game as well.
The right decision that she does not play in the All-Star game. The most important thing is the season.
To choose long-term greatness over short-term applause. And make no mistake, this wasn't a sprain or minor soreness. This was, and still is, a deep, recurring, and dangerous groin injury. Let's unpack that. The injury first surfaced weeks ago.
The Indiana Fever announced Caitlin Clark would no longer participate in the WNBA All-Star game after injuring her right groin,
causing her to miss 4 key games and even the high-profile Commissioner's Cup final. But after pushing through to help her team win against the Connecticut Sun, she felt it again, right there on the court. The cameras caught her reaching for her groin. The pain was real. So was the fear. Later, imaging revealed inflammation and strain that couldn't be ignored. It wasn't a tweak, it was a red flag.
Caitlin Clark announced she will miss the WNBA All-Star game after re-aggravating a groin injury, which really stinks for fans.
We have a sad message from Caitlin Clark, heart-filling message that she will be out of the All-Star game.
So Caitlin Clark is officially out for the All-Star game.
She was supposed to be in the three-point contest. She will not be participating in the All-Star game.
And the three-point contest because of the groin injury.
This was the same injury that has derailed careers of elite athletes across sports. And Caitlin, she's just 22. Her future is only beginning. WNBA legend Lisa Leslie weighed in and dropped a bombshell. She suffered a groin injury back in 2006 and still feels it to this day in 2025.
Lisa Leslie just shared some really shocking news about Caitlin Clark's groin injury and how she might feel for the rest of her career.
Nearly 20 years later, she admits the pain lingers every time she pivots.
Well, I really feel for Caitlin Clark because I actually had that injury 2006. And the hard part is that the groin is sort of an area that you can't just touch and go, it hurts right here. You feel it deep. You have to get a lot of deep treatment, whether it's ice and heat and rest.
Jumps or changes direction. And Leslie wasn't alone. Multiple athletes, from NBA to NFL to tennis pros, all echoed the same truth. Groin injuries don't just heal, they haunt you.
I can still feel that injury linger because I don't know that it ever really goes away. You just learn to manage and play with it.
What makes it worse? This specific kind of strain, often referred to as a deep tissue adductor tear, doesn't show clear signs on the surface. It's hidden. It's sneaky. You can feel fine in the morning and collapse in agony the moment you explode off the dribble or shoot from deep range. And Caitlin Clark doesn't just shoot. She launches logo threes on tired legs.
Logo shoots the longest distance out there in the WNBA consistently, and that's going to take away from her lift.
Over and over. Every move, every cut, every shift in balance could risk permanent damage.
You can feel fine. You get back out there, one move, one change of direction, and boom, you're right back feeling that same type of pain.
And here's where it gets alarming. It's not her first injury this season. Caitlin has already battled a left quad strain, hip tightness, and back soreness, missing nearly 10 games in her rookie campaign.
This season, now missing almost 10 games here, is something we're not used to seeing from Caitlin Clark.
After missing 11 total games with various injuries, including a left groin injury and left quad strain.
She's played through bruising contact all season, pushed, shoved, knocked down, and barely protected by refs.
These thugs have assaulted her. Yes, they are thugs, and they definitely have assaulted her all season in Tiana.
And most concerning, her body hasn't had a chance to rest, recover, or rebuild. Some former athletes have openly stated if she keeps pushing like this, she'll burn out by 25.
You start playing on an injury, it starts hurting other areas because those other areas are trying to make up for the slack of the area that is hurt.
That's not just a fear. It's a pattern we've seen with young stars who carried too much too soon. Clark isn't just a player. She's a cultural movement, but that movement can't survive if she breaks down. Fans wanted her on the All-Star floor, but true fans, real fans, the ones who love Caitlin Clark for who she is and not just what she does, wanted her safe, and Clark knew it. In her statement, she didn't just say she was disappointed. She said, "I have to rest my body."
Incredibly sad and disappointed to say I can't participate in the three-point contest or the All-Star game. I have to rest my body. I will still be at Gainbridge Fieldhouse for all the action, and I'm looking forward to helping Sandy coach our team to a win.
I'll still be there coaching.
She does go on to say how incredibly sad and, quote, disappointed she will be to not be able to participate, adding, quote, "I have to rest my body. I'll still be at Gainbridge Fieldhouse for all of the action. I'm looking forward to helping Sandy coach our team to a win."
But I need to sit this one out. That's maturity. That's leadership. That's someone who's thinking long-term, not just about the season, but about her career.
Get your own medical team, people that are solely focused on making sure you're in the best shape, you're in the best health that you can possibly be in moving forward.
Her legacy and the league she's carrying. Think about this. If Caitlin Clark had played through the injury, tried to tough it out, and suffered a tear or rupture, she could be out months, maybe even a year. The same fans who were sad today would be heartbroken for a season. And let's not ignore the WNBA's role in this. Despite Clark being their biggest star, there's been little public effort to protect her.
Nobody else in this WNBA, now or in the past, has ever carried a league as she does.
It sucks, right? It sucks. It's in Indiana. She's been waiting on this moment.
People are scrambling to.
She's absorbed more contact than any rookie in recent memory. She's gotten fewer calls. And now, she's injured again. Some fans are even calling it what it is: neglect, mishandling, a preventable tragedy.
It is unconstitutional what is happening to Caitlin Clark. This is looking like a hate crime. Definitely a hate crime.
The WNBA needs to wake up, because if Caitlin Clark is forced to shut it down for the rest of the season, and yes, that's now on the table, they will lose millions in viewership, momentum, and public goodwill. Caitlin Clark is the WNBA's moment, and this injury should be the wake-up call the league didn't want, but desperately needed. She shouldn't be questioned for sitting out. She should be celebrated for putting her health and her future first. That's not weakness. That's wisdom. That's what legends are made of.
Get healthy as soon as possible, but don't rush it. Rest your body.
Caitlin got honored as the WNBA Player of the Year in the ESPYs.
Yeah, I mean, obviously she continues to get new awards. She continues to break barriers. She continues to do things that we haven't seen before.
Caitlin Clark may not be stepping on the court this All-Star weekend, but let's be clear, she's still the face of the WNBA. Her absence revealed a hard truth. Without her, the excitement fades.
With Caitlin Clark being out of the All-Star game, it's not going to be the biggest All-Star game ever.
The numbers drop and the league feels empty. That's not hype. That's reality. But this isn't the end. This is the beginning of her comeback, a comeback that'll be stronger, smarter, and more dominant than ever before. So if you stand with Caitlin, if you respect her decision, if you know her value, comment 100% below.
We're with you 100%, CC. Congratulations to Caitlin Clark, and well deserved.
Let's flood this feed with support. And if you're new here, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on that bell. We'll be right here covering every step of her return. Caitlin made the right call. Now it's our turn to stand behind her.
She's in her backyard. We want her to be in that All-Star game.
You understand that my heart was in it for you, to be there for you.